As I was watching the Suns vs Magic game, I found myself very mesmerized with this Orlando Magic team. I found myself constantly thinking throughout the game the future of this team and what they could possibly do, and I started to notice that they're on a trend that not many teams are really on right now. Sure, the Orlando Magic are not going to be contending this year and probably not for the next couple years. However, this is the team of the future, and I feel like no one's going to be talking about this for a while, so I want to do just that. Because the Orlando Magic are setting a new meta in the NBA that is going to be very deadly throughout these next couple years and is going to start a whole new generation of players. When you go through the roster, they have guys like Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs, who I think will really develop in these next couple of years. Not to mention, we haven't even discussed the fact that Bol Bol is making a comeback. About a year ago, I made a video about Bol Bol and basically saying that he was not getting appreciated for what he could do, and I knew that if he got the opportunity, he would be a great player. This season, Bol Bol is averaging 11, 7, and 2, but here's the thing, this is easily his best season and he's been in the league since 2019, and I wonder why he's playing well. Oh, maybe because for the first time in his career he's averaging over 20 minutes per game. And I mean, if we just break it down, you have a guy that is 7 foot plus who plays power forward but can also play center. He's someone that can be a facilitator, however he can also space the floor. He holds a lot of value to this Magic team, and I'm finally glad he's getting the opportunity he deserves. I can only imagine him developing as time goes on, and he'll become even a better player than he already is. Remember, he's only 22, and I believe as he plays better, his role on the team is going to increase. In fact, I think he's actually a starter right now. Now, if we're gonna make a video about the Orlando Magic, we have to talk about Paolo Banchero because this is my favorite rookie to come out of this class. I've noticed with some rookies, it takes time for those players to develop, but yet Paolo really hasn't taken that long to show how good he's gonna be in the NBA. This season, Paolo Banchero is averaging 23 points per game and 8 rebounds. However, I do have some concerns about his shooting. But if I'm being real with you guys, I'm not too worried. I really do think he can develop a 3-point shot. He's coming fresh out of college, and some players really do have a hard time translating their shot from the college to the NBA. I think there's no question that he wins Rookie of the Year, and I think he is one of the biggest parts of this Orlando Magic team going forward. Another creator by the name of Alex Hoop said it very well, but Paolo Banchero does not play like a rookie. Sure, he'll make a rookie mistake every now and then, but Paolo Banchero plays with poise, and he plays with attitude, and he plays like he's been there and done that. Everything that Orlando wanted with getting Paolo Banchero with the first pick, they've gotten, and I think as time goes on, he's going to develop into a top 5 player. One of the common themes you're going to see with this team is that they have players that are big in size. For example, Paolo Banchero is 6'10", yet he moves like a guard. He's able to use his frame to drive to the basket and make plays inside the paint, which is very reminiscent back in his days at Duke. I want to focus on another player as well, and that's Franz Wagner, one of my favorite rookies to come out of last year's class, but yet he didn't really get talked about a lot. Now, remember that thing I said about Paolo Banchero, a big guy who is a big frame that can play like a guard? Or for use of another term, someone that can act as a ball handler. Well, Franz Wagner can do just that. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty common theme you see in this video. Last season, when it came to the top 10 rookies that were selected, Franz Wagner was the most efficient when it came to scoring. And that's something I preach. Look, you could average a lot of points per game, you could even be like a 25 points per game scorer, but if you're someone that's not efficient and you're not scoring when you need to, then I really don't care. And even though we're talking about last season as a rookie, we're not going to pretend like he didn't develop and is having a better season compared to last year. At the time of recording this video, he's averaging 18 points per game on about 49% shooting from the field. With the way that he's playing, I have no doubt in my mind that by the end of the year, he will be averaging about 20 points per game. By the way, we're not going to pretend like last season wasn't the same season. They got Jalen Suggs. The fact they got those two guys in the top 10 is amazing. Now, of course, Jalen Suggs has not been playing as well as I thought he would. And if you want me to be completely honest, I think Cole Anthony should actually take over as the starting point guard. But I don't think the Magic just want to give up on their lottery pick, so I think they're going to try to use Jalen Suggs and hopefully develop him within these next couple years. I saw him play at Gonzaga. He's an amazing player. He just needs to be able to show it. The Orlando Magic's bench as a whole is actually pretty solid. They got guys like RJ Hampton and Terrence Ross and Chuma Okeke. Even having Mo Bamba as your second string center is not too bad. But one of the biggest reasons I made this video was to talk about something, and it's a new meta that I'm noticing in the NBA. In fact, that's why the title probably says something like the Orlando Magic are the future of the NBA, because I see something in them that I don't see in a lot of teams. I've been pushing for this new meta of players that essentially play like a big man, but they also can play like a point guard, which is why the first 3 guys I covered in this video were guys like Paolo Banchero and Bol Bol and Franz Franz Wagner. They fit this perfect mold that I think is going to take over the NBA. Not to mention, we've seen them develop very well. Paolo is more than likely going to win Rookie of the Year. Franz Wagner is someone that should have been in the running for Rookie of the Year, and we finally have Bol Bol making a comeback. This team is going to have such a bright future, and I want to showcase this before anyone else does because I don't feel like people are going to talk about it unless it's too late. If you guys have made it this far into the video, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new with notifications on. I know I've been saying this a lot recently, but the support I've been getting on these videos lately has been insane, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Truly, I am thankful for everything that you guys have done for me. Now let's get back into the video. I'm starting to notice that guards in the NBA that are not veterans that have been in the league for the longest time are starting to get taller. Being 6 foot or under, or even like 6'1" or 2" is seen as kind of a weakness. I see the NBA developing into more of a taller league, which is why I'm pushing for the Orlando Magic so hard because one, I love a lot of their young players that they have. I love their bench depth and I love this team. And two, it's not hard to notice what they're trying to build. They're trying to build something special, and I think they're not that far away from it. Now, currently the Magic are one of the worst teams in the NBA statistically, which does not surprise me. Even though they got Paolo Banchero, I expected them to lose games. But you know how I've been telling you guys the Magic are trying to fit this mold, you know, the whole point of this video? Well, there is someone that they could be getting that is literally the exact mold of that. If the Magic lose enough games and become the worst team in the NBA, there is a very good chance they could acquire Victor Wembanyama. Of course, I don't want to look too ahead into the future because you never know what's going to happen, but if they get him, that would be scary. Imagine a lineup that has Jalen Suggs or Cole Anthony at the starting point guard, then they have Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Bol Bol, and Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, that is a pretty scary lineup to be playing against. And there's a part of me that really does believe if the Magic were able to acquire Victor Wembanyama, they're going to make a push for the playoffs next year, and they're going to probably try to get a veteran point guard. I don't think they can overpay for one, but I could definitely see them trying to get a guy like Mike Conley or Kyle Lowry or Chris Paul, someone that's been in the league for a long time that's coming to the end of their career. Yeah, I know those guys are making like $30+ million a year, I'm pretty sure, but if they could get a guy of even half that caliber running the point guard and playing that role for them, I think it's going to help a lot. But of course, this is all speculation. But I'm telling you right now, if they're somehow able to get Victor Wembanyama on top of already having Paolo Banchero and Bol Bol and all these other guys, the Orlando Magic will not only be the future of the NBA, but they will be a team you don't want to fuck with. I can already imagine Victor Wembanyama coming to literally any team in the NBA and making a very big impact. But adding up all these different variables like Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs if he can develop, Cole Anthony, Bol Bol, Wendell Carter, who I never talked about, and some of the vets they have on the bench, I'm telling you, this Magic team is very special. I'm telling y'all, you guys have seen nothing like what the Orlando Magic are about to do.
I know that my nigga ain't giving no fuck, cause my crew ain't paid. I got a 30, my nigga got 50, that's 30 for 30, and 60 for 20. Back on the block when these niggas, they see me, they know we was dirty, but now we get money. We pulling up double law, Hellcat, Lambo trucks, say you niggas